guys, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. Hope everyone is enjoying their work week. Yeah, it's hump day. I wanted to talk about the earthquakes that have been occurring there in Southern California. You can see here on this map, which I don't really have the whole thing within this location, but there's been 1,162 earthquakes in this area, and they're saying that there's been a recent uptick of earthquakes in Southern California after a 20-year low. Now all of a sudden they're having lots and lots of earthquakes. On August 12th, there was a magnitude 4.4 earthquake that jolted the Los Angeles area and parts of the broader trend. Increased seismicity activity in Southern California that is likely to continue, according to the region's leading seismologists. You know, you have other countries like Japan and Russia often warning people that there could be larger earthquakes coming. But generally, U.S. just downplays this. They don't want people to panic and don't let you know that, larger earthquakes could very well be coming. This year, 2024, has had more earthquakes than any year that they have seen since 1988. And that is according to Dr. Lucy Jones, a geophysicist and researcher at Caltech. She said in an interview to KTLA Channel 5 Morning News. Since 1932, Southern California has had an average between 10 to 12 earthquakes of magnitude 4 or greater per year. However, Lucy Jones noted that in the past 20 years have seen an average of just 5 such quakes annually. Until this year. This year alone, they've already experienced 13 quakes measuring a magnitude 4.0 or greater. Jones said it does seem like we are experiencing more earthquakes, and this will probably continue at a higher rate. Stephen DeLong, a supervisor research geologist with the USGS, told San Francisco Gate that the recent increase in activity is a random occurrence and is not an indication that the fault is behaving abnormally. Well, we're getting earthquakes all around the world that are increasing. He went on to say that the recent heightened activity doesn't increase the odds of Southern California getting hit with a large damaging earthquake like the magnitude 6 or above. The region is still at risk because it hasn't seen a significant shaker in a long time, and faults are holding that stress, DeLong said. The stress continues to build up and continues to build until it is released. Small earthquakes don't help prevent the big earthquakes from happening, which is a common assumption. It would take hundreds and hundreds of little earthquakes to release the amount of stress that is released in a big one. The southern section of the San Andreas Fault that runs just east of Los Angeles has not seen a big earthquake since 1857, which was a magnitude 7.9, what they call the Fort Teton earthquake, which did not cause widespread damage because Southern California had a very little population there at the time. That was the last big one for Southern California. Magnitude 7.9. It occurred on January 9th at 8:20 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It occurred 45 miles northeast of San Luis Obispo. The ground actually ruptured about 225 miles or 360 kilometers. Maximum surface offset, meaning the ground moved by about 30 feet or 9 meters. Property loss was heavy in Fort Tejon, an army post about 7 kilometers from the San Andreas Fault. 2 buildings were declared unsafe, 3 others were damaged extensively, but were still habitable. Trees were uprooted and buildings were destroyed between Fort Tejon and Elizabeth Lake. One person was killed in the collapse of an adobe home in Gorman, and there was strong shaking for about 1 to 3 minutes. It was felt from Marysville south to San Diego and east to Las Vegas, Nevada. Several slight to moderate foreshocks preceded the main shock by maybe 1 to 9 hours. Going to Google Earth, here's the location that they think that the earthquake occurred. And here we have the San Andreas Fault Zone. And I'll bring it out for you so you can see. Yeah, this area, if they had such a large earthquake once again, yeah, the loss of life would be devastating. You wouldn't be able to get a hold of 911. Emergency services would be so overwhelmed. It might be hours before help could arrive to your location. History does have a way of repeating itself, so a magnitude 7.9 very well could happen again. The recent 4.4 earthquake that occurred in South Pasadena, let me bring this down here where you can see where that happened, right there. Originally they said it was a magnitude 4.1, but they revised it actually up to a 4.4. Over 24,000 people sent in reports to USGS Did You Feel It website, and it was given an intensity level of 5. This earthquake occurred on the Puente Hills Thrust Fault. You can see it was a thrust earthquake. The Puente Hills Thrust Fault probably hasn't had a big earthquake in hundreds of years, and that fault is at a high risk as it runs right under Los Angeles. You can see here we have a large apartment complex. We also have the interstates. Yeah, a lot of businesses through here. Lucy Jones even said that the Puente Hills Fault is actually one of the most dangerous faults due to its high proximity to a population area. The 4.4 magnitude earthquake struck at 12:20 p.m. And it occurred, like I said, along the Puente Hills Thrust Fault, and occurred less than a week after the 5.2 earthquake that happened there by Bakersfield. While many people believe or hope that a series of smaller quakes reduces the chances of a major one hitting the region, well, that's not how it works. You would need hundreds upon maybe thousands of small earthquakes to release the pressure from a large earthquake. And they say that no one can predict when a big one will hit. People there in California, they just need to be better prepared. Here's the felt map from that 4.4. Can you imagine what a 7.9 would do? So we got all the way down to the border. And let's see, all the way up towards the San Francisco Bay Area. We got Sausalito. Several reports from there. San Jose. Sacramento. How many remember the Oakland Bay Bridge earthquake that occurred during the game? I believe, what was it, at the Cow Palace? And the collapse, and so many people died. And it took days and days to get to the people that were trapped in under that bridge or between the layers of the bridge. Just another reason why people need to be prepared to be on their own for a multiple length of time during a great earthquake. If you're lucky, text messaging might still be working, but probably not within the state. The phone lines would be overwhelmed. So you need to have set up someone in another state to pass messages on if you need help or if you're okay, so others wouldn't worry. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. I believe earthquakes are increasing because of the weakening of the Earth's magnetic field. and it's going to continue. We're having earthquakes in many diverse places where they haven't happened before. Are you taking it serious? Are you trying to at least do some things to prepare? Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye.